Dr. Zabby's talk show.
Akiri gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì, mú kí ẹ̀yin, mú kí ẹ̀yin bàbá, mú kí ẹ̀gbọ́n, mú kí àbúrò, mú kí wa ìpè akú bójú ọjọ́ ṣeré ọ̀dẹ̀ òdàbí. Èmi ọmọ yín àbúrò yín olólùfẹ́ yín Dr. Zabby talk show. Ayé ọpẹ́ ọ̀ṣẹ́ ọlọ́dọ̀ títí náà ní agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Ayé ọpẹ́ akúkú máa yọ fún wa lórí ọmọ, lórí ìdáwọ́lé wa, òun láyé ọpẹ́ máa fi yọ. Èwo la mú wá fún wa ní ọjọ́ títí òní láì má gbára wa lákòókò gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe máa ń sọ. Ìròyìn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ tí ẹ sanwó fún. Àwọn videos tá a bá ti ṣe a máa gé sí orí Facebook. Bóyá bí 20 minutes, 15 minutes, bóyá ẹ tún fẹ́ ní àwọn tí ẹ fẹ́ jù sí, or bóyá lórí TikTok náà. Ẹ lè follow mi lórí TikTok náà, mo wà lórí TikTok. Àwọn small video náà a máa gé láti orí YouTube, a máa gé síbẹ̀ náà fún àǹfààní àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi ṣọwọ́ sí àwọn tí wọ́n wà nílé. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí TikTok, Dr. Zabby talk show náà ni. Tó bá jẹ́ lórí Facebook náà, Dr. Zabby talk show náà ni. Ní agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Àdúrà wa gba ojú òní tiwa lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Èwo la mú wá fún wa ní ọjọ́ títí òní wípé kí a ṣe àgbéyẹ̀wò ìyá mi, bàbá mi, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àti àbúrò mi. Àwọn kan ló ń kó bá ọ̀tá wa, la máa pè, tó rán ní kó bá wa. Wọ́n ní tó bá dẹ̀ dojú ṣúṣù fòrò wàhálà, ẹ má bínú pé mo pòwe, máa ń like láti pa òwe. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé òwe tèmi gbà ń kán gbé ni. Mọ́mì mi kan ti pè mí láti Amẹ́ríkà, ìgbà tí wọ́n kọ́ máa kí mi, wọ́n ní Dr. Zabby olówe. Òun ló fi jẹ́ wípé òwe lẹ́ṣin ọ̀rọ̀, ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ṣin òwe. Tọ́rọ̀ bá sọnù, òwe la máa fi wá. Well done. Mo tún ti pa mí. Òwe ni máa pa mí, ò ní pààyàn. Ẹ bá mi type àmì ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ń kí wa pé a kú ètò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà làwa náà kì í pé a kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣeré. Ọlọ́run ò máa ní jẹ́ kán kó bá wa. Àwọn wo náà fẹ́ kó bá wa? Àwọn wo ló tún jẹ́ wípé wọ́n pẹ̀lú àwọn olóṣèlú tó ń kí àwọn olóṣèlú lọ́wọ́? Àti ọ̀rọ̀ tí bàbá wa Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu tán tiẹ̀ sọ. Aṣọ tó yẹ ti wà. Àwa ti kọ́kọ́ gba ẹnu bàbá sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀. Èpè kọ́, àwa ti sọ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀. Bàbá fúnra wọn náà tún wá bọ́ síta. A gbé fídíò náà bọ̀. Àwọn náà tún wá sọ náà the same thing. The same thing. Ibo ni kí n kọ́kọ́ gbà wọlé náà? Ẹni tí ẹ bá wo tán. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ tá a ti máa ń ṣe program wa, ìwọ tó o bá wo débi tó parí ṣe, o lè má mọ̀ túmọ̀ kí ló fi ṣe title, or bóyá ibo la fẹ́ sọ orí nǹkan yẹn, ibo la fẹ́ sọ sí, ibo la fẹ́ fi orí ẹ̀ parí sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣá, ibo ló máa end sí. Òun ni. Now, kó tó di pé a lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá wa, mo rò pé mo ti gbé ti pásítọ̀ kan, mo ti gbé wá. Ọlọ́run mélòó la ní gangan. Kò tí ẹ yẹ kí mi sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ jù, kò yẹ kí n sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ má jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ much. Máa gbé wá síra wọn, àjọ wa máa wò kó tó di pé a máa wá gbé nǹkan tí bàbá wa Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu sọ. Tí bàbá ò dẹ̀ parọ́, táwa náà dẹ̀ ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwa ọmọ bàbá, àwa gan ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. Tí bàbá bá bọ́ tá ń sìn, tán bá wá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀, àwọn èèyàn máa bọ́ tá wá ní ẹ gbà yín wípé kí ni? Ẹ ṣọ́ra yín. Bí ọ̀rọ̀ ọba Solomon, ó ní bó tira, ikú pójútọ̀ òun ni. Ẹni tí ò bá fẹ́ kí bàbá kan wá fi igi fọ́ òun ní ẹnu. Ó wà níbẹ̀ máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu, especially ẹ̀yin tẹ́ nígbàgbọ́ lórí wọn Nàìjíríà. Now, ibi tí a máa ń kọ́ gbà wọlé, ẹ jẹ́ ká gba ti ọ̀dọ̀ àti lórí. Bọ̀ òun ní ibẹ̀ la máa gbà wọlé, àwa ló gbé mi wá.
Bá vote APC ní 2020. Mi ò ní pé kẹ́nikẹ́ni má tiẹ̀ bú mi àbí sọ ẹ̀gàn kankan.
I don't say anyone should not insult me or reproach me.
Mi ò tiẹ̀ bẹ̀rù ẹ̀dá kankan.
I fear no human being.
Lẹ́yìn bí Ọlọ́run ṣe wí yé.
As our God has spoken.
Tí Nàìjíríà bá vote APC ní 2023.
If Nigeria vote APC in the year 2023.
Ṣé hard lẹ́rí, Ades lẹ́rí, Ades
You are experiencing the hardest time now. You see a more tougher and tougher. You always want to eat human being like food.
Bí Olúwa mi ṣe wí.
As the God has spoken.
Bí Ọlọ́run Ẹlẹ́dùmarè ṣe sọ fún mi.
As the living God has spoken.
Mi ò ní kẹ́nikẹ́ni má tiẹ̀ wá halẹ̀ àbí sọ ohunkóhun.
I don't say no one should tread or say anything.
Mi ò dẹ̀ ní pé bóyá o jẹ́ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ APC kó láìkì mi.
I don't even care if you belong to APC.
Mi ò ní sọ pé kó lọ fọwọ́ ẹ tẹ̀ka ìbò.
All you say just go and
mo sọ fún yín ní ìgbà ní 2015 pé wo nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀ báyìí o.
I told us in the year 2015 that look at it.
Irọ́ lẹ fẹ́ dìbò fún 2023.
You want to vote for life.
Tẹ́ bá dìbò fún ẹgbẹ́ kí ni àwòrán wọn náà? Ẹgbẹ́ ìgbálẹ̀.
If you vote for the party that has broom as their symbol.
Àánú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ṣe mí, àánú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ṣe mí, àánú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ṣe mí.
I pity churches.
Ebi tó máa pa yín.
The hunger that was for you.
Ẹni kí ló dé?
You ask yourself,
èmi ò tako anybody.
I am not antagonizing
èmi ò dẹ̀ ń dìbò.
And I don't vote neither.
Mo sọ bí Ọlọ́run ṣe rán mi.
I speak as God have sent me.
Nàìjíríà máa lé kókó. Mi ò ní pé tí bàbá ẹ bá jẹ́ chairman APC mi ní kí ló má bí.
I never said
mi ò
if your
support
father
PDP
is the chairman of
àbí
APC.
Labour.
Neither do I support PDP nor
ohun tó máa
Labour.
pay Nàìjíríà.
I want to pay this country Nigeria.
ní kí a lọ fún true federalism.
For us to go for true federalism.
àbí ká pín.
Or we should restructure or secede.
nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run sọ fún àwa nìyẹn.
And that's what God is telling our Father in the Lord.
tẹ́ bá tẹ̀ka.
If you decide to vote.
tí Tinubu bá ti wọlé.
If Tinubu wins.
gbogbo yín ti wọnú ibú lọ nìyẹn.
All of.
Oh my God, no. Inú bolo lọ́wọ́ lọ. Mo ì máa gbé nǹkan tí bàbá Bọ́lá bẹ́ẹ̀ Tinubu sọ. Wàá mọ̀ wípé nǹkan tó sọ bàdáàdì nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yẹn nǹkan ó yẹ kí bàbá Bọ́lá méjì Tinubu ó yẹ kán wá yín ó yẹ kán wá máa yí kan. Ṣé mo wí pé ìgbà tí ó ń campaign fún bàbá Bọ́lá méjì Tinubu tó ń ka ìbò yẹn lọ́wọ́ grandma kan ní Ìlọrin tó ní ó ṣe prayer 24/7 wípé bóyá ní Tinubu ó lè jẹ́ rúmọ̀ wípé Tinubu send owó sí wípé Tinubu fún ní gift bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe jẹ́ ó yẹ ká wá pásítọ̀ yìí lọ ni kan fún ní gift máa wá gbé mi jáde wá sí mo ti sọ wípé mi ò fẹ́ pápápá ni mo fẹ́ ṣe pápápá mo fẹ́ kó gbogbo ẹ̀kọ́ àpò pápápá ẹ jẹ́ àti gbọ́ nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ òkè ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
You are going into John.
Olúwa ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
That is God has spoken.
bí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí náà ni kẹ́ ṣe jù live
just let it go live. Let it go live has spoken.
bí mo ṣe sọ yìí.
Just the way I've said it.
jẹ́ ń sọ lóyìnbó kọ́ lè mọ̀ pé mo mọ̀ nǹkan tí mò ń sọ.
Let me say it in English so that they won't
sọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ kí mo sọ Yorùbá ẹ̀.
Okay.
àti gbọ́ nǹkan tán sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbé mi wá.
Nigerian, we soon smile.
And the Lord said,
after 6 months,
lẹ́yìn oṣù mẹ́fà of the government,
Nigeria bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tẹ̀rùn.
Nigeria will begin to ease.
I'm surprised o.
ìgbà tó bá dé.
Ó tó dé ìjọba lóru láti sọ.
The Lord announced it.
Ṣé ẹ̀gbọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ ni?
Must go to hear it before.
Ẹ̀bẹ̀ ti gbọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀.
You've heard this before.
alágídí ni wà
Now
bẹ́ẹ̀.
listen to me.
Ẹ tẹ́tí
Yeah,
bẹ́ẹ̀
I'm
jẹ́
listening,
gbọ́
sir.
mi.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Ẹ
sir.
barabalẹ̀ gbọ́.
Listen
gbọ́, sir.
attentively.
Yes, sir.
Àwọn ìjọba òkùnkùn wá lọ ṣèpàdé pé alásọtẹ́lẹ̀ sọ pé oṣù mẹ́fà.
The kingdom of darkness said the meeting that the prophecy have told the prophecy.
Ibi ni mo ti sọ́njọ́ yẹn pé.
This is where I prophesy it there.
Mo rí kọ́kọ́rọ́ yìí ti wà lọ́wọ́ tí Olúwa ti gbà á
I said
lọ́wọ́ Buhari ó sì fún Tinubu.
I said the Lord has taken the
Abi-
gift from Buhari and given it to
Ọ̀dọ̀ Kọ́lá
Tinubu.
Olótù. Mẹ́gbọ́n
Bẹ́ẹ̀.
ọ̀dọ̀ Kọ́lá
Ọ̀dọ̀
Olótù
Kọ́lá Olótù.
Mo ní but now.
I said but this is
Mo ní
it.
ẹgbọ́n mi o.
Listen to
Mo ní
me.
ẹ tó wo Peter Obi o.
I said look at Peter Obi.
Àtàwọn mẹ́rin wọ́n sọ̀gbà yíká.
And for people they
Wọ́n
surround
fẹ́
him.
béèrè kọ́kọ́rọ́ yẹn lọ́wọ́
They
ẹ̀.
want to collect the key from
Mo ní
him.
but Tinubu ò fún wọn.
But Tinubu did not release it
Títí a
to
fi
them.
ká ìran kúrò.
That's how the trust was taken away.
Tinubu Ṣadé ó ní ó lẹ́nu inú tí kọ́kọ́ ti gbọ́ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ pé bàbá máa di president.
Ìyẹn ìyá lọ́jà.
That's Mama Lodja.
Now tí November ta wà yìí.
In this November month we are into,
Kó bá ti kù kẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ kọ́ parí báyìí.
if it's a little bit to hand,
Láti inú oṣù yìí
from this month,
ni ojú àti máa ti dọ́là.
Amen. Praise the living Jesus.
will be
Jesus.
defeated.
Amen.
abẹ́rẹ́ sí ń wálẹ̀.
Hallelujah.
Defeated.
Ama wálẹ̀.
The prophet is defeated.
bàbá ti ń di February
What is February?
Nàìjíríà ti rẹ́rìn.
Ìbànújẹ́ gbà kan.
Ẹ má bínú ẹjọ́. Ṣé rí àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé amọ̀niṣe ni àfàìmọ̀niṣe ni àwọn pípò yìí? Ṣé rí àwọn èrò tó ń pariwo? Ṣé rí ibi tó ń kó àwọn èèyàn lọ tó jẹ́ wípé èyí jẹ́ òyí ò jẹ́ òun ló fi ń sọ̀rọ̀? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ léyìí tá fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ gbé mi ìtò sọ wa. Ká wá wo iye tí dọ́là jẹ́ lọ́jọ́ títí òní. Ṣé rí bàbá wa tó porúkọ Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè èyí tá kọ́kọ́ gbé wá yẹn? Ṣé mọ̀ wípé ó ní nǹkan tí Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè tó sọ fóun ni? Kò yé yín sìn. Bí máa yẹn dẹ̀ ṣe sọ bálàgbà yẹn bóyá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ṣe rí sìn. Ṣé màálù tí wọ́n ju èèyàn gangan lọ? Ẹ jẹ́ bá mi máa fílẹ̀ ní comment section ká ṣe ní pápápá. Ṣé ti gbé ọwọ́ lé like, ṣé ti bá wa share ètò yìí? Ẹ bá wa fi comment sílẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin tẹ̀ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, mo kí yín wípé àkóbójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí. God bless you. Now, a máa wo iye tí dọ́là jẹ́ lẹ́ni kò tí ẹ need dọ́là. Ó ti wà ní 174 ní pounds lẹ́ni. 174. 74 ni or 40, something like that. Òun ni dọ́là jẹ́ ní èní. Tó dẹ̀ yìí ń lọ sí òkè. Èló ni dọ́là or pounds èló ló jẹ́ ní last week? Pounds ni mò ń sọ, dọ́là ló kó sí mi lẹ́nu. Pounds ni mò ń sọ yìí o. Pounds ni mò ń sọ yìí o. To almost 1,000 pounds nísìn. Ó ti ń lọ almost bóyá ó ti ń gbé ẹnu lé 2 million. Ó ti ń gbé ẹnu lé 2 million. Ẹ wá wo oye tó ń ta rice ní 2 months ago. Kẹ́ lè wo àwọn people yìí tó jẹ́ àwọn náà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń ba Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Wọ́n pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ń ba Nàìjíríà jẹ́. Òfin kan ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń jáde ńsìn. Mi ò gbé fídíò yẹn wá. Tí àwọn ìjọba Lagos State tó fẹ́ máa ṣe. Pé ìwọ tó bá ní ilé tó fi ń ṣe hotel tó jẹ́ wípé ọ̀nkọ́ ní in form of hotel, ọ̀nkọ́ ní in form of restaurant, ọ̀nkọ́ ní in form of church, ọ̀nkọ́ ní in form of school. Ipò fún wọn ní bóyá 30 days tàbí nǹkan kan máa bẹ̀. Bó ibi tó wá ń kọ mí lóminú bẹ̀ ni wípé wọ́n máa tún fún àwọn staff wọn láti máa jẹun ni torí kò sí olóòótọ́ nílùú yẹn. 99.9 wọ́n ti jẹ́ kí ìṣẹ́ àti ìyà kó sọ olóòtítọ́ di sẹ́ẹ̀tì onírọ́ wọn. Inú wa ò bá tún dùn wọ́n máa tún máa fi àwọn èèyàn máa jẹun ni. Mo ṣì ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ pásítọ̀ torí àmọye Ọlọ́run tó wà ní Nàìjíríà. Oyè Ọlọ́run tó wà níbẹ̀. Ọlọ́run tó kọ́kọ́ sọ fún àwọn pásítọ̀ àkọ́kọ́ àti Ọlọ́run tó sọ fún àwọn eléyìí pé tó wá máa di February báyìí. Ẹ mọye ẹni tó ti kó sí abẹ́ ìdè. Àwọn tó ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tálàgbà ti bí sọ tó ní tẹ́ ẹ bá lọ sí restructuring ẹ jẹ́ ká rọra pín kó wá jẹ́ pastors. Ká wá rí bí 60% tó tiẹ̀ máa sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bóyá la rí ju bóyá bí 3-4 lórí social media tó ń sọ nǹkan tí àwọn dádì alàgbà tó ń wọ blue yẹn wọ́n sọ. Gbogbo àwọn tó kù báyìí wọ́n mú sórí wọ́n mú sára ni torí pé kí ni tán bá lè campaign dáadáa àwọn náà máa lè rí tiwọn jẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Ṣé wá rí ibi tí wọ́n bá wa dé báyìí? Mò ń tẹnu mọ́ wípé ìjọba nìkan kọ́ ló ń ṣe wá. Ẹ ṣì máa wo máa rí nǹkan ẹ ṣe cup of tea now.
kó bá ti kù kẹ́gẹ́ November tá a wà yìí.
In this November month we are into.
kó bá ti kù kẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ kó parí wá.
If it's a little bit to hand.
Láti inú oṣù yìí.
From this month.
Ní ojú àti máa ti dọ́là.
Dollar price will be deflated.
Abẹ́rẹ́ sí ń wálẹ̀.
Hallelujah.
Ẹ máa wálẹ̀.
Hallelujah.
ẹ máa wọlé.
The president is present.
bàbá ti ń di February.
What is February?
Nàìjíríà ti rẹ́rìn.
Nigeria.
Now ó dàbí pé tí mo fẹ́ lò yẹn náà ẹ jẹ́ ká wá lọ.
Is the largest. Why this gigantic building?
Ẹ wo church. Ẹ wo church. Ẹ wo church. Church yẹn tí mi ò bá exaggerate bóyá tí ò bá according to nǹkan bá wọn tó ṣe sọ tán ó dàbí kó máa fẹ́ tó bí 30 acres fún church. 30 acres. 30 acres. Ṣé mo tó bá fi 30 acres kó kàn tiẹ̀ fi 15 acres kàn fi ṣe kàn fi sọ wípé òkè àwọn fẹ́ dá sí t'Ọlọ́run. Ìlú yìí ti bàjẹ́ débi tó bàjẹ́ dé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lo 15 acres níbẹ̀ káwa tiẹ̀ wá fi ṣe company kàn fi máa ṣe ọṣẹ. Ẹ wo àwọn tó ń ṣe tó wá ń dá company ńlẹ̀ ní àkàtà wa lójú ayé wa. Ó ń lo àwọn ọmọ wa bí ẹni lo omi òjò ni. Ó ń lò wọ́n ń fìyà jẹ wọ́n màtírìtì wọ́n ń bólì wọn nínú Nàìjíríà ń bẹ̀ yẹn ibi tí àwọn China àwọn Indian tó wá ń gbé company tó jẹ́ wípé 8 to 8 náà máa ṣe no break. Nǹkan ò bá fọ́ wọn lójú nǹkan ò bá ṣe anything tó tún jẹ́ manager wọn ń bẹ̀ ọmọ ìlú wa ń bẹ̀ náà ló máa jẹ́ manager. Nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú yẹn kò sí nǹkan kan tó lè ṣe nǹkan kan ń bẹ̀ ni wípé a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wípé Ọlọ́run fi ọ̀nà wọn wá a dẹ̀ wà lójú ọ̀nà yẹn a dẹ̀ ń tọ ọ̀nà yẹn lọ a dẹ̀ ń kanlẹ̀kùn mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run máa ṣílẹ̀kùn yẹn fún wa sẹ́ẹ̀. A ní dúró a ní stop láti máa kan ilẹ̀kùn yẹn. Ẹ wo church.
Building that's coming up is part of God's end time agenda.
For many people today, the word church is a building. That's why people will spend a lot of money to build a physical building and call it church. Meanwhile, God has never lived there. Why are you looking at me like that?
Don't break the table, obviously.
Not only break, I will burn it to ashes. He doesn't live in buildings.
Let's see what God is doing with the Ark project. It's the largest church sanctuary facility on the earth today, sir.
For the first 1,000 years of the church, go and study church history. There was no building called church. For the first 1,000 years of church. So buildings called church are our innovations.
This is a tabernacle of rescue after the order of the Ark of Noah, to preserve the generation of believers.
From the book of Acts right to 1,000 years. So buildings called church are our innovations.
This is a tabernacle of rescue after the order of the Ark of Noah.
Ẹ wo church. Ẹ wo church. Ẹ wo church. Ẹ máa wá wo nǹkan tí mi ò fẹ́ ká pẹ́ rárá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
In their village, when the road, see, it gives me great joy when I communicate with wise diasporans. I mean Nigerians in diaspora. Not those ones are contributing billions for a church to be built in their community, in their state, in their village, when the road is like this, when their people don't have steady electricity, when their people lack all the social amenities, they are contributing billions to erect a church. When I speak with wise Nigerians in diaspora, it gives me great joy. And this video is dedicated to one of them. For those of you that are saying that religion is not your problem is your leaders. Leave religion alone. Leave the pastors alone. Leave churches alone. Let me tell you the story of Japan. You know, the capital of Japan, which is Tokyo, was named Edo. It was Edo before they changed it to Tokyo. Okay? And Tokyo is somebody's name. Let me tell you about Tokyo. When the Portuguese visited Japan, these people stayed in Japan for 15 years. And in these 15 years, they built 50,000 churches in Japan. It was when this guy took over, he was made a shogun. He had his own army. Tokyo, he beheaded all the religious leaders. The leaders of all these churches, he beheaded all of them. Years later, his people decided that the only way that they will honor the person that did this, because his people were so wise to understand the impact that he created, to understand why he did what he did. So they honored him by changing the name of their capital, which is Edo, from Edo to Tokyo. Church is your problem. That is your biggest problem. You see the governments that you're talking about, the politicians that you're talking about. Government and religion is two sides of the same coin. The God that you are closing your eyes to pray to. I need a car. I need a house. I need money. I need food. I need good road. Accident is not my portion. Untimely death is not my portion. Robo. That's your imaginary friend that you're talking to in the name of a supreme being. Is actually the government of the day. Yes, God means the government of the day. The reason you don't have a house is the government. The reason you don't have food is the government. The reason your life is so pathetic as it is the government. The reason you're so miserable is the government. And the reason all these things are happening is because of religion. The government that are dealing with you, they have created an image. They have created a character that you should heap all your blame on. The devil. Everything that this character is doing is actually done by your government. You people we don't have good road in this country. Festive period is approaching. By the time you drive for kilometers on a bad road, so many people will die. Accidents is going to happen. You are not the only person that casted and binded on timely death. All the accident that happens all of them, they prayed in the morning. Some prayed even more than you. Some fasted. Some are better than you. But unfortunately, accident is going to happen because the road is bad. How often do you hear that trailer fall and people were killed in advanced countries? How often do you hear that? Because their God, which is the government, have fixed all these things for them. Untimely death is not their portion. It's not because they were casting and binding. It's because the government have made it possible that they don't die untimely. Listen and pay attention. Instead of you now to blame the government that have finished you, they have created an institution, religious institution, where you go to pray to this imaginary being to give you all the things that they have refused to give you, all the things that are in their hands to give you. They have made the government of the day a supreme being who you have to cry to. I was asking my mom a question the other day. I said,
now, láti ṣe ní pápápá, àwa náà máa ti rí point wípé gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo yẹ máa ń sọ, àní ìjọba àti àwọn pastors, àwọn lọ́jọ́ wọ́pọ̀ tó ń ṣe ọ̀tá wa. Àwọn because àwọn ẹ mọ̀ pé kò sí gbọ́ nǹkan tí Tinubu tó sọ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Joshua ni, because ìyàwó ẹ̀ náà Christian ni, ó lè tán gbé fáwọn ọmọ ìjọ, ó lè tán fi táwọn náà fi ralẹ̀ tán fi ra nǹkan oríṣiríṣi fún wọn níbi tí àwọn ọmọ ò ti níṣẹ́, níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe course tó yẹ kán ṣe ní 3 years tán ṣe ní 8 years, níbi tí ọmọ tí orí ẹ̀ pé tó good nínú tó jẹ́ wípé nǹkan tó mú jáde ní school òun ni number 1, ọmọ wa lọ gbé sí number àárín, ọmọ àti ta result ẹ̀ fún ọmọ olówó míì. Pastor fúnra rẹ̀ gan ń wá bóyá fẹ́ ra point fún ọmọ tiẹ̀ tí ò mọ̀wé. Africa wake up, ọmọ Yorùbá wake up. This is the time. This is the time. Ṣé gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ wípé kí ni ìtumọ̀ tó kí o tá à ń sọ gangan? And I'm pretty sure wípé ó yìí ń bọ̀, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ kọ́ sílẹ̀. Ó yìí máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ l'Áfíríkà, ó dẹ̀ máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Òfin àdé ìlú òyìnbó, kò sí ẹni tó rí vision wípé àwọn pátì kan ló máa wọlé. Nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún aráàlú òun nílùú ń vóòtì fún. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká sáré tẹ̀síwájú.
Nation. And when he arrived there, he began to see in practical experience that most of the things he prayed for and hoped for God to do for him in Nigeria are the things that the European government make manifest to their citizens. He saw with his own pure eyes that one of the most highest instruments of healing in Nigeria, like the olive oil, is a groundnut oil that an Italian woman is using to fry stew. He saw in practical experience that people don't have accidents here, not because they are prayerful, but because the government built the road to a certain standard. He saw in practical experience that there is no young man here who does not have a job. or who is praying for prosperity. Not because God makes them to prosper, but because all their villages have factories. You saw in practical experience that people don't die spiritual or premature death, but it is because there is no ambulance in Africa to intervene for people to when they are under sick or accidents happened. He finished seeing all these things and a whole lot of pain compiled in his heart because of the false knowledge that has been passed to people in his part of the world, Igbo land, where he's coming from, and numerous people that die every day under this false indoctrination. And Matthias says that I could beat his chest and said, no, this will not continue in my generation. I have seen truth, I have seen light. And once a truthful man sees light, it becomes a responsibility upon his shoulder to disseminate that light to people. So he came down to Nigeria and opened a charity foundation that he calls Igbo Love Themselves, where he began to assemble poor sick people who would have died because they don't have hospital bill, and begin to raise money for them and take them to hospital. And on account of this, he saved over 6,000 Igbo lives. And during this process, he discovered that no sickness that has he ever taken to a doctor that was diagnosed by a doctor as something spiritual or something that is a new case. That all of this is a normal diversion of human being body system. And then Matthias says, I could now discover that most of these women has been deceived by their pastors for a long time to believe that they're sick, that their problem is spiritual, or that is somebody in their village causing them not to prosper, and that the man of God has promised to heal them through a diabolic way that is not medically proven in the world. And Matthias says, I could say, no, I can't afford standing to lose my Igbo beloved people every day in the first indoctrination and preaching of their pastors. Therefore, I am going to preach light to people. So the first thing that started Matthias Ezeaku preaching was the art of love and compassion for Igbo people that are dying every day. And so he moved to a social media handle called Facebook and created a page he called Matthias, the Gospel of Truth. And on account of this page, he began to advocate to people. He said, wake up from your illusion. Jesus Christ don't heal people. Jesus Christ don't protect the road people from road accidents. Jesus Christ don't give job. And Matthias Ezeaku becomes the most biggest enemy to the eyes of the Igbo people when he started, because he's preaching something that is unfamiliar to their eyes. But this man became consistent. You know, the power of consistency makes men difference. He was consistent and persistent, and as he preached, all of a sudden he began to gain followers. People start understanding him. The light began to spread, and before you know it, this man began to build empire, such that all part of Igbo land now becomes energized and causes this fire like a frost fire wind. That we can now say that Matthias has built empire that is no longer a one-man idea, but that which we stand to advocate and defend, and to spread this light across the whole stratosphere of Africa, so that people can come and see this light and walk out of darkness. Therefore, on account of this, Matthias has written his name in a golden pen that can never be raised in the history of Igbo land. That is what happens when a sincere man sees truth. The problem with our Nigerian celebrities or Igbo celebrities or social media influencers is that they go outside the country, see this light, they see how their system and their administration is being functioned. But when they come back now, they still go ahead promoting these pastors who is preaching this false knowledge and indoctrination to our people after seeing light. That's what happens that's the difference when a truthful man sees light and when a hungry man sees light. So the other one, the celebrities are conscious about the money that we make more than speaking the truth. For example, Lord Zeus. Lord Zeus is one of the highest ekuke that existed in our ministry of social media influencers. Because Lord Zeus knows that if he should come to his social media platform now and talk against Jesus Christ, he will lose over 20,000 followers in one day. Why? Most of his followers are Christians. But Lord Zeus now fails to think about the people that will be freed through that sincere truth that he will speak. Because the voice of an influencer man has the ability to change people much more than everything. Imagine now, let me just give you an example. Imagine now if, let's say, for example, Dr. Paul Enete one day wake up and tell you that Jesus Christ is not real, it's an imagination. He will win more so than all the force that has been preaching on the social media. Why? He has influence. A man who has influence has the ability of winning people more than any other thing. That's why our social media influencers failed us woefully, because they are afraid to speak the truth, because they prioritize money, not knowing that the world they are creating now is the world their children will live inside, because none of them is free. They are only rich. We only have rich men in Igbo land. No one is free. Lord Zeus failed to understand that if he ever gave birth to Molo, his children cannot walk freely in the village where he's coming from. Obi Kubana now, his children cannot play football in Oba field, in Oba primary school field like other children. Obi Kubana cannot walk in his village or without security. That's to tell you that he's rich, but he's not free. He's in cage and prison. People that are richer than Obi Kubana in America are playing football. Willoughby is trekking in UK now like a free normal human being. Why? Everybody is progressing. Whenever a nation is progressing, a few people are progressing and others are not progressing. Like 80% are in abject poverty kidnapping, stealing, ritualism will be in high extent. So if Lord Zeus thinks he has money not to advocate for this message of a better Igbo land, one day we will know where his money will land him into. Life is not all about money. One day all of us will face the reality of life. That's why it pains me in my heart when people come out and talk against Yahoo boys. Before you talk against Yahoo boys, you have to understand that the first Yahoo people are pastors. Our Yahoo boys are much more holier than the pastors. Why? The Yahoo boys are extracting money illegally through to the white men. There are people are collecting money from the white men through a mischievous way anyway. But now they are thieving from the people that have thieved their ancestors or enslaved their ancestors. For instance, England is the highest gold reserve. They have the highest gold. But England don't have any gold beneath their ground. Where did they get the gold from? Africa. So what the Yahoo boys are taking is the remnant of what the England take from any person they stole from in England. Italy is a nation that's instituted Catholic Church in all the whole Africa. So they collect offering every Saturday, every Sunday without providing value to African people. So anytime a Yahoo boy scams somebody from Italy, to me what it is that they extracted a remnant of what a Catholic people.
No, ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbé wá. Tí bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu wọ́n sì ń bọ̀ àwọn ló máa kàn lẹ́yìn ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbé arákùnrin tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ gbọ̀ngàn kẹ́ ẹ lè mọ̀ wípé àwọn tó ń pawó pọ̀ tó ń ṣe ọmọ Nàìjíríà wake up, ọmọ Yorùbá wake up, ọmọ Yorùbá làwà, àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ará Nàìjíríà làwà jẹ́, àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà àti àwọn ọmọ Áfíríkà àti àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá à ń láti wake up. Àwọn pásítọ̀ àwọn gangan níjọba ń lò láti bá ti ọ̀tá wa jẹ́ pátápátá. Now,
my people, just listen. Today is Thursday, War Market. Igbos are not a beggar until Christianity came. You can hear their voice. I'm in my workshop where I'm working my trucks. These are the back of my workshop. Now, you see them singing since morning. See them singing, Cornelu data, Obara Jesus, Neya Cornelu data. This is Thursday, War Market days. There is no day in Igbo land that our ancestors kept dormant for prayer. That is why every day in Igbo land represents hustlement, market days. Before the white man came within days of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is Thursday. Everybody today in Europe, they are working. Our people are in prayer house, praying since morning till now. So Christianity came to destroy our land, to destroy the future of Igbo land. I don't know why some Igbo youth are still sleeping. This is 21st century. You gather people in the afternoon where Holland are working, Germans are working, UK are working, Rome are working, Japanese are working, Indians are working, Chinese are working, Indonesians are working, Malaysians are working. You gather pregnant mothers, you gather youths, you gather adults, our kids. You know, singing since morning. I came out to my house, to my dump till now. They just opened this prayer house here new because I haven't been hearing their voice for long. I'll be staying here. In working hour, government should look into this. I must tell you, the act of Christianity, they are the one training kidnappers in our society. They are the one training criminals. Because the youth, they have engaged in standstill in this moment now. After brainwashing them, the youth grow. If they could not be able to achieve what they think that Jesus will give to them, you will see them, they will pick gun. Government should look into this. Church should stop operating ordinary day. If Sunday is not enough for church to operate, government should look into this. It has to be cancelled. All the whole country now, they are working. Our people are praying. Our people are praying in the 21st century in the afternoon. No one hearing Jesus, Mama. Jesus. After this morning they have been singing. They will sing Sumamis, they will touch their members to pray that there is nothing Jesus cannot do. And I can assure you that none of them there has over 20 million in their account. And they're still saying that there is nothing Jesus cannot do. There are people that is not Christian. There are billionaires in dollars out there. The England, they are not praying in this working hour. They are not richer than anybody from any imbecile in England. Christianity has become a curse. Why must we allow our land to be decayed while we are still alive? In the name of church. Which Jesus? Why must our people be calling Jesus, 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 Jesus? What have we gained from Jesus? I am here now working. I am here working my trucks. Building my trucks. After working this truck, after building this truck, customers will come and buy. This one has already been sold. This one is still on construction. This is just back of my workshop. My workshop there is full of truck. Have goods and product. People that need it will come and patronize you. United States don't need prayer for you to travel to their land. You are the one that need prayer to go to America because they have built their land with their common sense. Now we are here praying. How about Jesus and Papa? Why we are being taught to tell Jesus our problem at tender age? How do you think that we will know the value of government? The whole world tells government their problem. Now Africans are telling you to tell Jesus your problem. The Westerners, all the whole country have been into, they all depend on their government to provide everything that human beings need. And they are providing for them. But at the tender age, yeah, you were brainwashed us that we should tell Jesus our problem. Now, after we graduate from university, there is no industry. Because Jesus cannot build industry. And the people were supposed to tell about our condition that we need industry are the government, but we cannot tell them at the tender age because we are being manipulated and brainwashed to believe that Jesus is going to supply everything for us. Why must religion become one of the criminal activities that Igbos are enjoying, supporting? I heard that one of the bishops from Nigeria traveled to Rome. I heard that one of a bishop from Nigeria is now in Rome, calling the whole Igbos in Rome to come out on Sunday to contribute money for him. And some useless people from Anambra based in Rome, some useless idiot from Enugu State based in Rome, some useless idiot from Imo, some slave idiotic human beings that travel through Mediterranean Sea to Rome from Abia State, from Ebonyi. They are going to contribute money to criminals claiming to represent church in Africa. They are going out on Sunday to give their head and money to a Nigerian bishop so that they will come back to Nigeria to promote prayers in the afternoon. Why the whole world are working in this hour? Go to Germany now, everybody's in the workshop. My people, just...
No, mo kí gbogbo wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Ṣé ti bá wa fi comment sílẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ tí gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yìí kí lẹ rò? Ṣé irọ́ ló ń pa ni? Ṣé irọ́ ló ń pa ni? Bọ̀ adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run wípé òtítọ́ ti ń fi ara hàn. Wọ́n ní àwọn youth wọ́n lazy, àwọn wo ló jẹ́ kán lazy? Ìjọba àti àwọn pastors. Àní tó wá jẹ́ bí prayer ṣe wà ní Nàìjíríà sẹ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kò yẹ ká láàkì fún nǹkan kan. Ó yẹ kí òyìnbó kán máa gbé báàgì tẹ̀lé wa lẹ́yìn. Tán bá ní kí ló dé ká máa sọ fún wọn pé àwọn ò mọ Ọlọ́run. Ọlọ́run tá 24/7 la fi ń pè torí ẹ̀ ló ṣe rí báyìí. Bọ́ Ọlọ́run náà ní ká wá jíjẹ múmu lọ. Ọlọ́run ò ní ká wá lọ sínú church, òun ní ká wá lọ sí orí òkè. Àwọn ìjọba àti pásítọ̀ àwọn náà pawọ́pọ̀, àwọn náà ń ṣe ọmọ Nàìjíríà. Àṣírí ti tú everybody. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wake up. Ìṣòro tó máa ju ìgbàgbọ́ wa tá máa fi pe Ọlọ́run tí ò ní dá wa lóhùn, Ọlọ́run má gbé bá wa. Ìṣòro tó máa débẹ̀ dá tó máa wá di wípé tí ò bá wá lọ sọ́dọ̀ pásítọ̀, tó bá lọ pe pásítọ̀, tó bá pe àáfà, Ọlọ́run má gbé bá èmi àti yín. Tó bá pe babaláwo, tó bá jí lójúmọ́ ọjọ́ kan, tó bá ti pe babaláwo, tó bá ti pe bàbá yẹ̀mí wò, Ọlọ́run má gbé bá wa. Ọlọ́run má gbé bá wa. Àwa fúnra wa la lè gbára wa sílẹ̀ nínú oko ẹrú àwọn ìjọba jẹgúdújọrá àti àwọn pastors yìí. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká wá lọ sí nǹkan tí bàbá wa Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu sọ. Mo mọ̀ wípé ẹ ti máa béèrè.
Food and other prices have followed it. The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Chegbo, there's not. Torí pé pàtí bàbá gan máa débẹ̀ gan, àpò ti gbẹ. Bàbá ò kàn lè lọ́gun bọ́ síta ni. Torí ẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń complain, ẹ lọ sá pé jẹ́ bọ́wọ́ o. Ẹ àwa ọmọ Yorùbá nation, ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún wọn, ẹ jẹ́ ká pariwo fún wọn. Wípé because àwa ti mọ nǹkan tó ń bọ̀. Bàbá ní there is no, kò sí nǹkan tí bàbá lè ṣe sí ẹ̀ lè pa bàbá. Ṣé rí pé ọ̀rọ̀ agbéra ń sìn ó dẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ gba France lọ. Ìgbà tó rí pariwo yín pọ̀ jù. Ó rọra gba France lọ wípé ẹ ṣáà rí wípé nǹkan tí mo bá ń lẹ̀ náà ni. Àwọn á dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé bàbá lọ mark register, ó lọ register orúkọ ẹ̀ nínú president ni. Is not wípé bóyá torí pé mo fẹ́ lọ tún ṣe. Torí àwọn nǹkan àpẹẹrẹ tó yẹ ká tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ rí náà wípé ìgbà tó tiẹ̀ wá sọ ọ̀rọ̀ epo yẹn òkè o, ìgbà tí bàbá débẹ̀ ó tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ mójútó yẹn. Ìgbà tí bàbá débẹ̀ gan, iṣẹ́ gan, àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wọ́n fowó gidi wọ́n fi kún owó iṣẹ́ wọn pẹ̀lú bí owó ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀, bí owó ṣe ń fọ́ yìí. Bí mọ́tò tó máa wọ̀, transport tó ń lò, owó transport tó ń lò ní a week, bóyá tó ń lo 1,500 tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ti di 4,500. Tí ò dẹ̀ sí wípé ọ̀nà àbáyọ kankan. Tó tún sọ wípé òkè wọ́n tún jápa, bàbá ní kò ṣe nǹkan kan, ẹni tó bá máa jápa kó jápa, a tún train àwọn doctor míì, a train àwọn nurse míì, a train àwọn ẹlòmíì. Torí ẹ̀ bàbá ti sọ̀rọ̀ wípé kò sí nǹkan tóun lè ṣe, kò sí nǹkan tóun lè ṣe sí lọ́wọ́ yìí o. Ṣé wàá rí pásítọ̀ tó sọ wípé ká tó rí 6 months báyìí, tó bá tún wá sí di, tó bá gbé ẹnu lé February báyìí, irú èní yìí báyìí, pé tó bá ti gbé ẹnu lé February báyìí, owó báyìí ×2 ló wà sá, ó tún ti di ×2 nsìnyí o. Now torí ẹ̀ kíkulé kó gbọ́ kó sọ fún toko pé bàbá Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ni àwọn ò ní nǹkan kan táwọn lè ṣe sí àwọn gbọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ àsáré tún gbọ́. Wàhálà dé.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Ẹ má worry, in the next 2 years nsìn wọ́n tún máa pé rice káàkiri, wọ́n máa pé rice káàkiri. Nǹkan tí pásítọ̀ tán wọ blue tán ti kọ́kọ́ sọ, alàgbà tán wọ blue pé pínpín ló máa gbẹ̀yìn wa, òun níbi táwa dúró sí nìyẹn. Mo kí wa lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin lọ́mọdé lágbà, mo kẹ́yìn ìyá mo kẹ́yìn bàbá, mo kí ẹ̀gbọ́n mo kí àbúrò, ìpá kú bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo promise pé pápápá la máa ṣe. Mi ò ní gbà wá lákòókò, bíbẹ̀ la máa mú ètò tèmi dúró wá sí. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń bá wa dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ foundation wa. Ojú òní tì yín, ọwọ́ yín ò ní kàn sára. Àrọ́mọdọ́mọ wa lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run kò ní gbégbá bára. Ẹ bá wa like, ẹ̀yin tí wá jẹ́ nígbà púpọ̀ ẹ bá wa subscribe. Ẹ bá wa fi comment tí sílẹ̀, báwo ló ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ títí yín náà. Ṣé àwa kọ́ la ókún sọ ń sìn, ẹnu bàbá ló ti jáde. Ó kò nǹkan tẹ́ gbọ́ yìí sìn, àfikún làwa tún sọ láti sọ sí bó ṣe rí lọ́dọ̀ tiwa la fi kún. It's not every pé a direct la gbọ́ láti ẹnu bàbá. Torí ẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà kọ́ nílé. Mo sọ pé àdúrà ran ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà mọ́, ọ̀rọ̀ àdúrà kan. Gbogbo àdúrà tó bá máa waste, máa waste ẹ̀ máa dá sórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation pé báwo la ṣe máa bọ́. Àwa kọ́ la máa kọ́kọ́ sọ pé a fẹ́ pín ní orílẹ̀ àgbáyé. Ìyà eléyìí mu ó ti ń gbé àwọn èèyàn lọ. Kò táwa ṣe sọ pé a fẹ́ kúrò ní. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Èrè lóbìnrin jẹ lábẹ́ ọjà, èrè la máa jẹ ní agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé àkógbójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí. Ẹ bá wa share, ẹ bá wa like, ẹ bá wa fi comment sílẹ̀. Ẹni tó bá jẹ́ nígbà pé ẹ bá wa subscribe. God bless you, one love.
ẹnikẹ́ni tí ìwọ bá nípa láti ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún òun náà lẹ́nì kejì rẹ̀ tọ́jú rẹ̀.
Zabi Life Saver Foundation àánú lolówó fi rán wa la fi ń sọpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run àwọn ẹ̀dá tó ń jẹ́ aníparere láyé àwọn èèyàn tá a sì ti ń sọpẹ́ pàtàkì gbogbo olólùfẹ́ wa jákèjádò àgbáyé àwọn tó ń bá wa gbowó ṣètò ìrànwọ́ yìí lọ́nà kan àbí kejì. Lóòótọ́ ẹ̀yin gan lè jìká tí ò jẹ́ kó rí ó jábọ́ lórí ìkànnì Zabi Life Saver Foundation. àkàìmọye ènìyàn lọ́lọ́run ti fọwọ́ tọ́ nípa pé ká mú lára bíntín tọ́lọ́run fún wa tá a fi ń ṣàánú àwọn èèyàn tó kù díẹ̀ fún láwùjọ wa láì fi tẹ̀sìn ẹ̀yà èdè àti àwọ̀ṣe rárá. sẹ́ẹ̀rì bọ́lọ́run ṣe ń lò wá lórí ìkànnì Zabi Life Saver Foundation táwọn fúnni níṣẹ́ gbalẹ̀ fúnni lóúnjẹ tá a ti ń sanwó iléèwé àwọn ọmọ tí ò lóbìí àti àwọn ọmọ tó kù díẹ̀ fóbi wọn láwùjọ lọ́pọ̀ ìmọ̀ye ìgbà láti yọjú tá a ti gbóúnjẹ lọ fáwọn tó wà nínú ìhámọ́ táwọn olóyìnbó ń pè ní correctional center lọ́pọ̀ ìgbà tá a bá lọ sílé ìwòsàn fún àbẹ̀wò àti pé ká gba àwọn ènìyàn tí ò rówó san lẹ́yìn ètò ìwòsàn wọn àánú àṣewá púpọ̀ nítorí ohun mèremère ohun tá a máa ń bá pàdé lọ́hùn àti ọ̀gọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ènìyàn tó ti parí ètò ìwòsàn tí ò rówó san léyìí tágbára wa nìkan ò lè ká gẹ́gẹ́ bí èrò wa ní Zabi Life Saver Foundation àti bí ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa ṣe ń sọ wípé kọ́wọ́ jẹ́ tó ti lọ síwájú sí i ló já mọ̀ lógun fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin eléyìí ojú àánú jákèjádò àgbáyé wọ́n ràn wá àti jẹ́ kí ètò ìtúbọ̀ tẹ̀ síwájú sí i. ẹ jájọ pawọ́pọ̀ lé ìṣẹ́ òun ìyà nínú bíntín tọ́lọ́run fún wa. ẹ lè fi ohunkóhun tẹ́ ẹ bá ní sọwọ́ sí ọ́fíìsì wa nílé number 6 Bremer Street Sabo Ṣàgámù Ogun State. tó bá sowó ni ẹ fi sínú àsùnwọ̀n Zabi Life Saver Foundation account níbikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá wà lágbàáyé account number 579-868-6013 FCMB. fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i lè pe èyíkéyìí àwọn aṣojú wa nílé +234-812-575-4492 tàbí kẹ́pẹ́ +234-708-434-5696. bákan náà ni ẹ lè fàtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ tàbí kẹ́pẹ́ Dr. Zabi gan lórí WhatsApp nọ́mbà wọn +447-440-715-542 ní Zabi Life Saver Foundation àánú ló jẹ́ wá lógún.